Namaste, dear ones. Lisa A. Romano here, the ACOA Life Coach. And today I want to talk about the self versus the ego. There seems to be a little bit of confusion around the two. And I really want to share what I've learned in the hopes that it will help you understand what's going on up here. This is a very complicated place, and it's like a maze. And it truly can be a crown of thorns if we're not careful and we don't spend the time that we need to spend on trying to figure out exactly what's going on up here. We're a very complicated being. We are physical, we are spiritual, we are logical, we are illogical, we are emotionally based. So there is we have this psychological thing going on. We are not single entities, meaning that we are the product of what's been done to us. So all of which is up here, most of which is up here, is the product of what's gone on out here. So if you have felt unloved as a child, then everything that you are doing today, if that's not corrected, all your thoughts, all your behaviors, all your reactions, all your beliefs are sprung out of this idea that you're not enough. And until you learn to objectify self, objectify these thoughts. So it's sort of like, if you can imagine that this canister is your awareness. So your awareness is out here, and your awareness is learning to objectify your thought process. And so until you learn how to do that, then you just keep running off this thought process, off this thought process, off this thought process. What I do is I come into your homes with these videos and with my coaching, with my teleclasses and my books and everywhere in my blog talk radio show. You know, this is my passion, is to teach you guys how to do this. So awareness is like this. Awareness is being able to look at this. Look at the way you think. Look at the way you react. Come out of the reptilian mind. So this is awareness, okay? So just stick that in your hat right now. Now we're going to talk about the ego. So the ego is very important to emotional development. But when you're a child who's born to dysfunctional parents, something goes terribly wrong. So the ego was supposed to be created so that we could identify mine, this is mine, me, my thoughts, my feelings, my anger, mine. So when we're 2 and we're 3, and you know, our sister comes up to us and you know, she takes a toy away from us, we're supposed to be able to identify, that's mine. That's very healthy, because people need to know what's theirs. Possession, individualization. Children need to know that they're separate from mother and father. Very important process to go through. Now, so what happens is, it's very important that you know that that's what the ego's for. Now, by the time you're 3 or 4, this is supposed to happen. You were supposed to have been giving a sense of self. So, let's say I'm mommy, and this canister now represents you. So, I'm trying to get this in the view. So, the kinds of things that you were supposed to hear as my child, or your mom and dad were supposed to say to you, are, Johnny, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're good on the inside, Johnny. Mommy loves you. Daddy loves you. And we're proud of you, Johnny. What do you want to do today, Johnny? How do you feel, Johnny? Do you like that person, or do you not like that person? Do you want to kiss her hello, or don't you want to kiss her hello? Do you like to sing? Do you like to dance? Do you like to draw? What kinds of things do you like to do, Johnny? That's important. Whatever you want to do, we'll work with that. That's good, Johnny. Johnny, pick up your toys after dinner, Johnny, okay? That makes mommy very happy when you pick the toys up for dinner. Mommy feels very, very happy when you pay attention. Thank you, Johnny. Now, the reason that that's important is because when the child is mimicked or mirrored back a sense of self, then the ego feels good. So it's okay to be Johnny. It's okay to say, hey, listen, that's mine. It's okay to say, I think and I feel, and you know, I really don't like what you said, and I'm sorry if that upsets you, but these are my ideas, and my ideas are good. So the ego and the self, it really has to be developed at around the same time, or should be developed, or parents should be aware that they're supposed to be helping children develop this ego, which is good for separation. Now the child knows that he or she is a separate entity in this world. Very, very important. And an individual. But the child also needs to know that the separate entity that he or she is good. Is good. When we're born to dysfunctional homes, what happens is we don't have that sense of self. We got an ego. We sure got an ego. And what happens is when we get older is, because we've been so abused, now we feel that what we are is no good. We feel our ego is wounded. We feel no good because no one told us we're good. So we don't have a true connection to our higher self, but whatever we think we are really alienated from self. I wish I had another thing. Hold on one second. So this is my Tibetan bowl. So let's say this is your ego, and this is the aspect of self, and I'm just representing the physical part of you. So the ego has to get developed, but so does a healthy sense of self. Now, if mom and dad do not mirror back to you a healthy sense of self, you have an ego minus self-alienation. Minus self. So you are alienated from this higher and divine aspect of you. So you walk through life in an angry ego. And what does an angry ego do? An angry ego is afraid to show you the labels that he or she has assumed that mom and dad have inadvertently placed upon them. So if I don't feel like I'm good, right? So let's say we use me. It's easy. Damn dogs are starting in with me again. So let's say I feel I don't love myself and all this stuff. I'm going to go through the rest of my life hiding that from you. So I'm going to act like I'm okay when I'm not. I'm going to lie to you and tell you I'm okay when I'm not. I'm going to say yes when I mean no. I'm going to have children when I don't think I should because maybe I think they'll make me happy, or maybe I'll have an identity if I become a mother, or maybe that's what my husband wants me to do, so I'll have kids. So I will constantly seek your validation because I have this leak inside of me because mom and dad never validated me, and I never developed a healthy sense of self. So I hope this has helped you understand a little bit more about the differences between the ego and the self. And just know, dear ones, just know that it's not the end of the world if mom and dad did not mirror to you that sense of self. No one mirrored me back a sense of self. I learned to break these processes down, and I figured out what I was missing, and then I learned to believe in myself. And I learned, see my pillow on my shoulder? Yeah, so I learned to mother myself. I learned to believe in myself, and I began to break away from people that were not good for me and held me down. And I really do believe that I have found my inner self. And now I am a trinity. So I am mind, body, and soul. I'm connected. I'm integrated. And no more fear. No more fear. No more fear. So I hope this helps. Reach out. Let me know if it helped you so I know that I'm on the right track. Again, I still have a couple of spots left open for my teleclass coming up in March. It'll be held on Saturdays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please check out my books, The Road Back to Me, My Road Beyond the Codependent Divorce, Loving the Self-Affirmations, and Quantum Tools to help you heal your life now. Listen to them over and over and over and over and over again, because as you do, you reprogram your mind. You know this ugliness that mommy and daddy put in there? If you allow it to change, it can. But you have to absorb information and be open to it, dear ones. Namaste. I bow to the love and the light in you. Bye.